To follow the breaking news out of New York City as police search for a person of interest, Frank R. James, in Tuesday's subway shooting. In all, 33 people were injured. 10 of those people, those passengers on the subway, were shot, though so far there are no fatalities. And one of the passengers who was trying to just get onto the trains for his morning commute, Raymond Chiodini, he stepped onto the platform. He heard screams coming from the train car. He witnessed dozens of people running through their lives, smoke coming out of that subway car, victims on the ground, and he pulled out his camera. The images we're showing you on the screen, captured by him, and also capturing the scope of the shooting and the number of people hurt and being helped on that subway platform. Raymond and his mother, Lisa Lynch, joining us by phone this morning. Thank you both for being with us.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good morning. Absolutely. Good morning. Raymond, first of all, thank you for, your quick thinking. I know some people would maybe judge, oh, how could you take out your camera at a time like this? But I'm sure that this is helpful, and it's helpful to us because we have to see how serious this was. And with all of the confusion, we didn't know, especially with it being underground. But didn't you actually, when you first got down there, grab somebody who was bleeding and get him out of some of that crowd? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so that was more or less one of the first things I did when the doors opened. More or less one of the first things I saw was a man bleeding out on the platform among, 10 or 15 other people. He was just the one closest to me. And I just grabbed him by his hoodie and threw him into my car just to get him out of foot traffic.
And amazing. And do you know how he's doing this morning? Or you didn't know him? This is just somebody who was there with you or there on the train. Nope. You grabbed him because you saw him bleeding, and then he hopefully got to medical attention right away or was helped there on the platform. Did you see paramedics come in, or was it mostly just passengers helping each other and holding each other?
For the first 5 minutes, yeah, it was just New Yorkers. The first to arrive on scene was fire, 5-10 minutes later.
Wow. Lisa, did you hear about this on the news and know that your son takes this train?
No, I did not. I heard it from my younger son, who was a paramedic, and my oldest son had called him to see if he was working, and he said he didn't. So he told him the story, and then my younger son gave me a call at 9:30 in the morning to tell me what was going on. So I had no idea because it wasn't on the news. I was watching Channel 7 at the time, and it wasn't on the news.
Mm. And Raymond, for those looking at these pictures, I mean, you kind of just see the stunning look on people's faces, like they can't believe what's happened. Obviously, there had to be concern that that gunman or whoever did this was somewhere in the crowd. Did you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. It was going through my mind the entire time. But yeah, after I had assessed there was no immediate threat, I pulled out the camera. And, I just went to work. Unfortunately, it's what I do. So,
you're a freelance photographer. Typically, what kind of pictures are you capturing?
Usually street level things, just people, places out in New York. I'm surrounded by millions of moments a day. So I try and capture that as much as I can.
Yeah. Lisa, when you did find out that your son was somehow caught up in the middle of this, what were your thoughts? Did you get to give him a good hug?
After about 6 hours later, I got to give him a good hug. But throughout the day, I was very emotional because as a mom, he was physically okay, but mentally, it was very traumatic. So going through that for 6 hours was very tough for me. But when I did see him, I think we hugged for about 10 minutes.
I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm so glad that you're okay. And Raymond, from what you did see, your mom saying, this was traumatic, clearly. The look of terror on some of these folks' faces after going through something like this, it has to hit you too. Yeah,
it sucks. It sucks a lot. Obviously, I wish myself and anybody included didn't have to go through a lot, yesterday morning. But it's unfortunate. It happens, and this is where we are.
Will you ride the train again?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be incredibly hesitant to get back on that train tomorrow morning. But if I'd like to keep my job, that's the way it's going to go. It's my commute.
That's the reality. Yeah, a lot of people in New York, they rely on the trains, and hopefully they get a lot safer because we can't have something like this happen again. Our thanks to you, Raymond, and your mom, Lisa. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Take
Have
care.
a good morning. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Have a great day and a great week. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.